pumped about today's Nuke the Props. One of my favorite things to do during the football season. Talk about one of my favorite things in the world. NFL player props. Tyler, how are you today, my friend? We're going to have a big week this week. If you're watching this right now on Thursday when we tape this, we got a live broadcast tonight, 8:10 Eastern time on the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Go to YouTube, type in NTH Sports Picks, and we'll take care of you there. Also want to remind you, I'll put the graphic up again if you didn't see it long enough. Nuke the House Sports Betting. Go to nukethehouse.com/pricing. Use the code you see right there, NFL40. What are we going to do for you? We're going to give you a free week, give you 40% off your first payment. It's only good till the end of the month, so get on it now because we're going to rack up our prices here, and that means it's going to cost you more. So again, nukethehouse.com/pricing. Use the code NFL40 when you sign up for any plan. 40% off first payment, free week. We'll get to Thursday Night Football at the end for the people that are going to watch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My friend, what'd you think of week number one?
I thought it was pretty fun. I thought we found some winners. The live show did very well. And ready for some week two. I think we already found some winners that we're going to talk about on the show.
Yeah, two things for me. First of all, I ended up 0.3 of a unit up. 0.3. So listen, if we're in plus territory, Holden's doing well. The interception props I'm putting on the shelf. I went back and I looked when I started betting those last year. It was week 6. I sucked in this past week in interception prop. I'm going to let there be a nice little data set there, and then we'll get back into that. Baker Mayfield hit the longest rush and rushing yards, and I want to talk to you about that a little bit later on, see where we're going. I know there's a couple guys you want to discuss as well, but we're going to push that Josh Jacobs back to the end. So let's start with your Jets play. What did you see last week? Who are you on? Tyler, what are we betting?
Yeah, I mean, there's one of two ways to look at this for both ways. One, the Jets played the Steelers. The Steelers been an elite defense for how many years now? Probably 10 years going on with the same unit they ran out there. They couldn't stop anything the Jets were coming at them with on Sunday. Now, a lot of highly touted people that talk about offensive lines projected the Jets to be a top unit this year. They lost Elijah Vera Tucker before the season started, but from what I've seen Sunday, they still look like what could be a top 5 unit. And if they're going to push guys around like that, Holden, Breece Hall is going to have huge games. They told us that was going to be a split, but Braylon Allen only took short yardage stuff and goal line carries, and Davis came in on the passing downs. And then they get a matchup with Buffalo. And yeah, it's Derrick Henry, but they've always had problems stopping the run. And Derrick Henry was gashing this team all over the field on Sunday for big runs. And he had his one fumble that lost him the game. Now they're going to hang a 54.5 on Breece Hall, who gets all the carries out of the Jets' backfield. That offensive line blocks from like they did against the Steelers. He should easily get up over that 54.5 against Buffalo. And I think they're live to even steal that game after Buffalo won that thriller on Sunday night.
Where did you find 54.5? I'm seeing the best line. You got a really good number. I'm seeing a line of 55.5, minus 18 at Sugar House, and a lot of 57.5. So
I bet that 54.5 a few nights ago on MGM, and I did see it's up to 56.5 now. So I would still bet the 56.5.
I see 55.5 at Sugar House, bet MGM. I think Campbell.
I will probably alt him too because 54.5, that's really low for a guy that went for 100 against a better defensive unit than what Buffalo has in Pittsburgh.
It is truly fascinating how a new head coach comes in and is like, all right, this is our most explosive player. His numbers sucked last year. Let's get him the ball. And it works.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And really, Josh Fields, and I'll say this again, the DFS side helped me last week because the optimizer is popping out Justin Fields and Daniel Jones. I'm like, listen, it's smarter than me. I wonder how much Fields running actually helps the running game too.
Oh, it definitely opens up the running game because those read options, you got to pay attention to him now. You can't just stack the box against Hall. And he was able to throw the ball too, which also helps out the run game. So I think that number is way too low.
Yeah, I'm just looking up a couple other places to see where we are in Hall. Wow. ESPN jacked it up to 58.5. So one more time, it's good up to 56.5 because you can find 56s out there, and you can.
I'd play 57.5. Holden, I'm gonna alt him up to probably 90 or 100. I mean, just looking at FanDuel, the 90s plus 360 and the 100s plus 520. unless Buffalo just comes out and gets a huge lead and they have to throw the ball the rest of the game, he's going to get a bunch of touches, and he could easily break a big one. So I think he's live to hit those numbers.
I got a play here. And by the way, smash the like button, subscribe to the new channel, NTH Sports Picks. NTH Sports Picks. I didn't even think about laddering my first play of the day, but I got to go find it. Trey McBride, buddy. The fantasy guys were upset last week. Oh, Trey McBride, he only had 6 for 61. He didn't even score a touchdown. What a disappointing day. I get it. When 6 for 61 is your disappointing day, I think you did okay. That's just my estimation, though. So what happens this week? We get a Carolina team that just gave up 59 yards to Brenton Strange. And it wasn't on one catch. Like, he constantly was getting peppered by Trevor Lawrence. You got McBride, who's the number one target on this team. 9 targets last week. Harrison had the second most with 6. You've also got a guy that went 6 for 61, has a track record of being a great tight end in the short amount of time that he has been in the league. I was looking at the touchdown and I said to myself, you know what? I think I can even play it safer and not even the receptions. I'm not going with 7 receptions. I'm going to take his number. I couldn't believe now 60.5 is the number around the industry, but I did go around and find a over 59.5. So they listed it 60 plus. I found a 60 plus at minus 118. The question is, do I ladder this thing? Because McBride could be in for a monster day. The only thing is he going to go for 80 or does he just go for 70? I think he gets over the 60 mark pretty damn easy. The question is for you then, since that bet's already in, what would you do with McBride in a ladder?
To be honest, I probably wouldn't ladder him.
Okay.
I don't like great matchup. Don't get me wrong, but Carolina's big weakness is their run defense.
Yeah.
I like James Conner's ladder a little better. You're getting him in the 60s, him up to 100 probably wouldn't be bad. And Trey Benson didn't look like a bad backup. Their offense is night and day on the road to being at home. They played the Saints close, but that was in New Orleans. Now they're going back home. His QBR, Kyler's, goes up by about 20 points. He goes up to about like a 105.8 at home. So he should get McBride very involved. My worry, though, is they just kind of blow this team out. And you see a lot of Conner and Benson like in the second half. Carolina might not be able to put up points, and Arizona's going to put them up. So
who did Arizona play last week?
The Saints. But they were on the road. They are a completely different team on the road. Now they're returning home, and Carolina's coming across the United States to play in Arizona. This could be one of the ones where Arizona gets to 35 before Carolina gets to 14.
If they get to 35, then McBride's getting 60 yards.
Yeah. That's why that's why I would stick with the 60. I just wouldn't mess with the ladder because I'd really hate to see him get 60 in the first half.
Yeah.
Them have a huge lead, and now you're waiting on a couple catches that just never come.
Yeah, I'm a little upset at myself because I saw this at 57.5 when it dropped on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I had to go really 59.5. I'm fine with even 60.5, to be honest with you. But 60. So they have him listed at 60.5 minus 14 at DraftKings. But if you just go through at the 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, you find him at minus 18. We're talking 4 cents. If you're $1,000 better, I get it. If you're $100 better like me, that's not that much. So Trey McBride, 60 plus receiving at DraftKings, minus 118. We don't love minus 118 juice, but I just love the bet this week.
They have those alts on both those guys pretty much priced the same too. They both become plus money at 70. They're both around 4-1 at 100. They know one of those guys is getting over 100. If you want to take the stab and just bet them both, probably get one of them home.
You know who I liked after I went back and watched a lot of the Arizona game? Trey Benson.
Yeah, he looked really good.
I think, man, if Conner goes down and gets hurt, Benson is going to take that job. He looked really good.
Yeah.
Now he got chased down. I think it was by a defensive lineman, but the dude looks a lot more comfortable in that offense in year number 2. So I'm
The
a
other
Trey
thing, though, is
Benson guy.
Carolina's
Trey
run.
Benson truther, my friend.
Yeah, he played the Saints, but I mean, he might look like a world beater against his Carolina run defense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see him play a real team after this week and a real defense. Not sure they have week 3, but I mean, can you get a better start to a season getting the Saints in Carolina?
No, and I'm not messing with him this week. Again, I'm just not going to mess with him. But I think when Benson is given an opportunity, kind of like Jordan Mason this last week, we just crushed him on the Monday Night Football game. Did not stop. I feel that way with Benson. When he gets his shot, he's going to take advantage. Because last year, it was a wasted year.
He looked like he was running in mud last year.
Down on him, but he looks a lot better this year. No bets on him right now. I'm going with McBride, but I like Trey going forward. All right, let's go. Hunter Henry. What do you like about Hunter Henry?
Well, the matchup, love it. They're playing Miami. We just watched Tyler Warren gouge this team. Yeah, Tyler Warren's probably one of the better tight ends in the league already, but their linebacking core in Miami is terrible. They can't really defend anything outside of the rush, and their secondary is also terrible. You look at the snap count for the Patriots. Yeah, Kayshon Boutte had 58 snaps, 44 route runs, and he had 8 targets. But Hunter Henry ran 66 snaps. He ran 39 routes, and he also had 8 targets. You're getting his yards at 32.5, and he's one of Drake May's favorite targets. I think that's a smash spot for him against a Miami defense who already looks to be in shambles. That team just looks discombobulated, like they have no leader, nothing's going on right down there. So I'll take a shot on Drake May throwing Hunter Henry at least 33 yards. I think that number is a little too low.
The optimizer has him at 45, 3.5 and 45. Just like McBride, the optimizer has him at 6.5 and 69.5, which is why I'm not going over 6.5 catches. Yep. But when you got something 9 yards off, and then what was the number you got it at?
32.5 on DK right now.
That's 12.5, 13 yards off of what this projection model says. I got to go in with you.
Yeah, it just feels wrong. He went for 66 yards last week against the Raiders. So, I mean, I think that they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more too, because Miami's only good part of their defense is the run defense. They might be able to establish somewhat of a run, but I still think they'll have to run some play action to get these guys involved. That's perfect for Hunter Henry. So 32.5 seems way too low.
Yeah, he had 8 targets, 4 catches last week for the 66. So,
and he was the highest snap counted offensive weapon on the field. He had 66 snaps. Boutte had 58. Douglas had 45. Diggs had 40. Mac Hollins had 38. So he was the main guy on the field for Drake May. Drake May played 71 snaps. Hunter Henry was out there for 66 of them.
Okay, tailing Hunter Henry. Love it. Good look. So, again, my next play is going to be, well, I got a parlay with the Thursday night game. So that'll be dead if you're watching this after Thursday. If you're watching this Friday or later, the other part of the parlay is going to be dead. But let me give you this play. I'm a big Troy Franklin guy. Somebody said, who the hell is Troy Franklin? He's the number 2 passing option on the Broncos. Do I know the Broncos a little better than a lot of people? Yeah, I do. And I was talking to a guy that used to play for the Broncos that covers them now. And he's frustrated with Sean Payton. He's like, Sean Payton just doesn't want to run the ball. He throws too much. He's setting up the run throwing. And while that's good, he might be putting Bo Nix in some bad situations. I think it's perfect for us. Troy Franklin was Bo Nix's teammate at Oregon. Now, last year he came up and he really struggled. He just didn't catch on to the offense. This offseason, there was no wide receiver they were talking about more than Troy Franklin. And we saw it in week 1 where he goes out. He's now the clear number 2 option. No Evan Engram. Evan Engram got hurt early in that game. Franklin did his damage early, picked up a catch late, but Troy Franklin over 3.5 receptions at MGM is plus 135. Did I feel more comfortable with 2.5? Yeah, I'm not paying minus 55 juice. Is 3.5 a 50-50 proposition? Yes. Am I getting more than 50-50 on the line? Plus 135? Yes. Okay. So actually, you know what? The second part of this parlay is not with Josh Jacobs. So forget about it. I'll give you both. I'll give you both bets. bets. Number 2 option, 59% snap share, second behind Sutton. 16% target share, second behind Sutton. Ingram out all the way for this game. Tyler Beatty, the third string running back, at a 16% target share. I doubt that happens again this week. Broncos were playing from ahead most of the game. Nick still threw the ball 40 times. Again, Sean Payton loves the pass. Pass first head coach. Troy Franklin, over 3.5 receptions, plus 135 at MGM. That's the first play of this. Going in a half unit with that. The other half unit is going to be a minus 106 play. And it's going to be Franklin getting 3 catches. So we're going to play it safe there. But then we're going to get a Knicks passing touchdown. And we're going to get that at minus 106. That to me, I like that bet just as much as the plus money bet, even though we're going minus 106. So a half unit on Franklin, 3+ receptions, and a Bo Nix touchdown pass at ESPN. Besides for those 3 games early last year, Nix had a touchdown pass in every single game but one. And even though he had a bad game in the first game this season, he still found Cortland Sutton in the end zone. The double play here. Franklin over 3.5 plus 135 MGM. Franklin 3+ and a Knicks passing touchdown. That is minus 106 at ESPN.
I don't hate it. I don't like this offense right now. I'll say that.
It's one game.
I wasn't out on Knicks, but I wasn't fully in on him. I was just kind of in the middle. And then he kind of looked like how he used to look in college, and I don't like that.
And he still threw the kid six passes.
Yeah,
but
can't we agree that if they were playing any other team in the NFL except for the one that took the first overall pick in the draft, they'd be 0-1 right now?
It was not the greatest.
They would have lost to any other team named the Tennessee Titans.
I mean, are the Colts that good? They're not. They're not sure. Titans. Are the Colts that good?
I'm not sure, Holden. I feel like this defense has been underrated for a couple years.
Okay.
We always try and target them. They always get turnovers. They always make plays. I swear they score a touchdown every couple of weeks. You got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield.
Yeah.
This Denver defense is supposed to be this very elite unit, but it didn't look all that good in week 1 against a Tennessee team whose guys couldn't catch the ball. Now you got Steichen, who's a great play caller. Daniel Jones just has to do his job. He doesn't have to go out and win games like hero mode. And Pittman and Downs will get open, so will Warren. I think this game's going to be a little closer than people think. I would not be surprised if the Colts win.
I hope the Colts blow him out because that means Franklin's going to do it with a layup. His again, I'll go back to the optimizer, 3.5 catches for 37.5 yards.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to be on the guy this week, Franklin. If they're going to throw 40 times in a positive game script, I get it. The Indy defense is better. Secondary is better. This kid's a number 2 option, and they're going to throw 40 times a game. You give me 6 opportunities.
Yeah, and they don't seem like even the drafting of R.J. Harvey and the signing of J.K. Dobbins, it does not seem like they can run the ball. So he's got to throw it a ton again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is always going to work.
Well, I'll just say it one more. And Harvey busted out a 50-yarder. And Dobbins busted out a big run. I think it's a big play offense. You know, there's some teams that'll get you 5 yards a carry, and it's consistently between 4 and 6 yards. And there's teams that are going to get you 5 yards a carry, and they're going to bust a 50-yarder and then run 1-1-1-2. They got an explosive running back situation. I just don't want to overreact to 1 week in the NFL in week 1, and I'm not going to. And I still believe in Bo Nix. I still believe in this passing game. I don't know if the running game is going to get going anytime soon. And I still believe in the defense. The defense was remarkable. And to ask Bo Nix to get a passing touchdown is not very much. And to ask Franklin to be the number 2 guy in this offense is not very much. So again, Franklin over 3.5 plus money. Franklin 3 plus a Nix touchdown, minus 106. What do we got next? Sid Tillman, my guy Cedric Tillman, who we got last year. We hit him a couple of times and won some money. I love this kid.
Yeah, 41.5 seems low on him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In a matchup that they're probably playing from behind the whole game. My only worry here, though, is Holden, is do we want to target the 41.5 on Tillman and maybe alt him up to, say, 60? Or do we just want to go Flacco and get him up to 300?
Joe Flacco. What's the number on 300 for Joe Flacco?
300's right around 3-1 on DK right now. FanDuel doesn't have their alts up yet. So
3-1 on 300.
yeah.
Why wouldn't he hit that?
Yeah, I feel like that's the better idea here. Maybe he gets Judy more involved, uses Njoku, uses Fannin.
What's
Fannin
the base number? What's his actual number?
His actual number? Let me switch this over because I just have.
And again, going off optimizer projections is not the way you just bet, but you can go double check stuff.
242.5.
I mean, you got to bet the number.
What's the optimizer have him at, like 260?
I'm trying to find him right now. 248.5.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind that.
What is it again? What's his line? 242?
242.
I mean, normally we like to see 8 or 9 yards. We're getting about 7 on this one. I don't think that's a bad way to look at it. And again, if they're getting their butts kicked by Baltimore, he's throwing a ton.
Exactly.
I thought they looked a lot better than they're going to look going forward. But how about who was it? Was it Sampson that went out and just caught every single pass from Flacco?
Yeah, he was just a dump off king in that game.
I can't do it again. I can't look at it again though. If he does it again this week, fine. But I can't imagine this kid catching that many balls. Although 4 for 27 is what I'm looking at right now.
I mean, he's pretty much got the backfield to himself. Jerome Ford's kind of just there as a body. Judkins isn't there yet and up to game speed, so it's all Sampson right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Slippy, Sampson, Samsonite, it doesn't matter. Give me some of that. Hey, there's a guy I wanted to talk about real quick, and it's because there's such a disparity in the line. Bucky Irving. Everybody was pissed off at Bucky last week. And this dude got a ton of work. He just didn't turn it into anything, right? His prop at DK is 66.5. His prop at MGM 60.5. Similar juice, -13, -15. Is Bucky Irving just because 1 week, does he suck now? Is his
I don't think it's 1 week. I think
low?
I don't think it has to do with 1 week. It has to do with one lineman being out. It's just worse. Wirfs is out, and they had Atlanta's defense isn't the best on the run defense. It's not a good defense at all. I wouldn't go betting Bucky Irving props against what's going to be a better defensive front in Houston. Tristan Wirfs isn't coming back through the door for
better front against the run because Atlanta was so good against the run last year, but you don't.
They're not as good of a defense as Houston is. Houston's going to stifle his run. I'm on Houston to win that game outright.
Ooh.
So won't be on Bucky for me.
Longest rush, 12.5 yards.
I mean,
you can't bust one for 13 yards? Bucky freaking Irving. No?
We'll see. Okay. I'm not in on Bucky this week.
I'm bouncing it off you. I didn't make the bet. I'm just bouncing it off of you, pal.
Yeah, I'm in on the Houston defense. I mean, they held the Rams offense to 14 points last week in the Rams home stadium, and Kyron Williams only got to 66 yards. Yeah, he got his patented touchdown, but he gets one of those every week.
Okay. I'll stay off of Bucky for now. Before we get into Thursday Night Football, like this, ring the bell, which as they call subscribe, and subscribe not to the old channel, the new channel, because we've got stuff on the new channel you're not going to see on the old channel. NTH Sports Picks. NTH Sports Picks. Go to nukethehouse.com/pricing. Use the code NFL40. NFL40. You'll get 40% off your first payment. You'll get 1 week. And look down below. NFL 2024 plus 128 units. I feel like we won 128 units on Monday Night Football, which we didn't. But I ended up the weekend about 6 units. Not bad. I mean, I'll take it.
Hey, money's money, right?
Yeah, and I want to give a special shout out to Yeg, who probably won't watch this show, but I'm going to give a shout out to Yeg. He gave us Caleb Williams anytime rushing touchdown about 5-1. And I think I only put like a half a unit on it. Yeah, half a unit on it. I woke up the next day. FanDuel gave me a free bet of $210 because they have that touchdown jackpot thing, and nobody seemed to bet him. So it was a great call, Yeg. Thanks for the free bet. I still have not. I'm going to use it on the live play this weekend.
While we're on him, I mean, 25.5 on his rushing yards. That's way too low.
Way too low.
against a man-to-man defense, it's just going to run these guys down the field, and he's just going to get running lanes. Yeah, give me the over on that
And
one.
he's
again.
running more too.
Yeah, he's going to be He's going to be listed as one of the mobile quarterbacks after this year.
Yeah, he shit the bed as that game went on. 25.5 is what I'm seeing at DK. It's 28.5, 26.5, 28.5, 20. So 25.5 at Bet Rivers and DK. 20 and 365, 28.5, 26.5 elsewhere. That's not an official play from me. Is that an official play from you?
Yeah, I'm going to bet that.
Oh, there you go. Caleb Williams over 25.5 rushing yards. We're on minus 15 is what you're looking at. So you just like the matchup defensively.
Like the matchup defensively, running quarterbacks have always gouged just Detroit defense with the way they play defense. Lamar's done it when he played them. Justin Fields did it when he was in Chicago. You kind of think Caleb Williams is going to do the same thing. And I'm almost positive. I'm pulling up his numbers now. I'm pretty sure he's cleared this number in his couple matchups versus the Bears. So
the Bears. DJ Moore's another guy that I absolutely love. I bet you his props too high though. If they set it around 50, I'd go. There's no way they set DJ Moore at 50. There's no way in hell that could have happened. 50.5, actually. DJ Moore's the guy I got to dig into after the show.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, he went for, in his two matchups against Detroit last year, 34 and 39 yards, over 25.5.
Dude, it's 61.5 at 365. 50.5 at DK and FanDuel. 52.5 at MGM. All right, I'm going to go dig into that big time after the show. Yeah. But you like the Caleb Williams? I like the Caleb Williams. Thursday Night Football. Let's get into tonight. Josh Jacobs. 9 straight games with a touchdown, right? I'm going to give you Maddie's bet, by the way. It was a free one, so I'm going to give it out to you. But first, give me some Josh Jacobs lowdown.
I think he just smashes this matchup, Holden. I mean, me personally, in my head, the way I think about the NFC right now is there's almost tiers to it. I think that Philly is kind of in a tier of their own at the top right now. The second tier, I'm putting Green Bay in, and they might be by themselves with the way they've looked with if this defense is going to be this elite. In the third tier might be Washington, and they might be hanging out by themselves also. And then comes in the Detroits and everyone else. Because Washington seems to beat up on these quote-unquote good teams in the NFC, but these teams that aren't real contenders. But when they run into the likes of Philly last year, they couldn't do anything against them. They almost seemed like in their 1 year of becoming a good team, that they became the gatekeeper in the NFC. They just kind of hold off teams, but they can't beat the really good ones. I think Green Bay became one of the really good ones in the Michael Parsons trade. So, and they have the same strategy to beat Washington. You just run the ball down their throat. You don't let Jaden Daniels get on the field. So I think Josh Jacobs, big spot for him in this game. Their run defense isn't good. So he's going to get over that 78.5 rushing yards. I think he goes in the end zone maybe twice. He might even go in 3 times. And I just think that time of possession is going to be skewed to Green Bay. And it's just going to be a domination of the run game.
Settle down, big fella.
I mean, we've seen Green Bay do this before where they just realize that the run game is just dominating a team and they just feed him.
Oh, boy. All right, let me go look at something real quick because we like his touchdown, but we're not paying minus 200. It's just not happening.
I think they win the game. If you parlay his touchdown in the money line, it's like plus 106.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need to go down on his rushing yards either. I don't see any reason to do that. If anywhere you go up and you ladder it a little bit. Let me give you the.
I mean, just to give you an idea, Holden, in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, how many times do you think he scored 3 touchdowns? Bless you.
What?
I said in his last 8 games, how many times do you think he scored 3 touchdowns in one game?
Twice.
Yes. So
he's pretty good. They don't talk about him enough.
So they're probably going to get 3 and 9, right?
He's a freaking
the math is mathing. He's got to get his third 3 touchdown game at 9. Here's game number 9.
We just don't get enough love for Josh Jacobs. So hopefully he hits this and we'll give him all the love in the world. Okay. Here's the parlay from Matty. You know, he's an exotics bettor. I love his baseball stuff. He's like, this team on the run line, first 3 innings, this team on the run line, first 5 innings. And somehow, some way, he's up over 30 units in baseball, but this is football. and he went back. Now, I want to give a shout out. I think it was Derek. If you're watching right now and it wasn't you, Derek, and whoever threw this in the chat, we had a conversation. Thank you. Because he's like, Eckler's going over his number. So I threw Eckler not over his number. I think I knocked it down a few yards, parlayed it with something else with the Washington money line, and we won that. Eckler, I get it. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's amazing. He was only on the field for 33% of the snaps, too. Eckler's battling a little shoulder. Upper body injury, I'm not worried about it. It's Eckler, it's Bill Krosky-Merritt, and then Rodriguez should be back this week. But Eckler's the guy out of the backfield catching passes. So Matty took Eckler down to 15 yards receiving. And come on, Josh Jacobs, if he doesn't lose a leg, he's going to get 60 yards. Minus 110 on DraftKings. Eckler 15 plus receiving, Jacobs 60 plus rush, minus 110. Same game parlay tonight. Finally, you probably find a profit boost out there too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
There seems to be a ton of them.
I don't mind targeting Eckler that way through the receiving yards. I would only target him through the receiving yards because just a little note that I picked up on.
Yeah.
The first 13 snaps of that game, Eckler took every snap. And then he was the clear third down and 2-minute drill back. But from the second quarter till the end of the game, Krosky-Merritt took 22 snaps on early downs, and only McNichols and Eckler took 9. So he really overtook that backfield from the second quarter on.
I think Krosky-Merritt gets a lot more run this week. Not 33% snaps. I think he moves way up from that, but he's not going to be the third down back.
No, I think that's still Eckler for now.
For now.
Yes.
And Rodriguez probably gets the carries.
The goal line.
Down near the goal line.
If they get there tonight.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You got a Thursday night game? Bet?
Yeah. Josh Jacobs up over 78.5 rushing yards. I'm all it up to 100. And just for shits and giggles, Holden, give me a good laugh. What are his 3 touchdowns odds at? Let's take a guess.
6-1.
12-1. That is still terrible.
Brag about it next week.
It's still terrible. I'm not betting a 3 touchdown at 12-1.
I was going to say 6-1, and that's not worth it.
Well, it's 2 touchdowns is plus 250. Now that's what you call not worth it.
Either. It's a silly bet. Okay, pal, here's my bets. All right. So we got Trey McBride, 60 plus receiving yards, minus 18 at ESPN. Then we're going to go with Troy Franklin of the Broncos, 3.5 receptions, plus 135 even money, 3+ receptions, plus a Bo Nix passing touchdown at minus 106. That's my 2 bets this week. You got a lot. I guess we can throw Caleb Williams in there with his rushing yards.
I think I got a nice little 4-pack for the people.
Okay.
It's Hunter Henry over 32.5. Would be 5 if we're counting the Thursday night. Hunter Henry over 32.5. Whichever one you want to choose between the Flacco or the Tillman prop, the Flacco 300 or the Tillman over his prop. You could do I already said the Hunter Henry one, the Josh Jacobs over 78.5, the Caleb Williams over 25.5. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Breece Hall up over 54.5, my favorite one on the week.
Beautiful. Absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to tonight's game too a lot. I mean, JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
I think tonight's Green Bay is actually the second best team in the NFC by like a wide margin.
It would not shock me if they curve stomped.
I seen somebody give out a stat in the Discord recently. Let me see if I can get it pulled up real quick before we end the show. Something about when Dallas played Washington in the last 2 matchups last year. I think Parsons had like 4.5 sacks.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to get the name on the guy that put that in there so I can give him credit.
Yeah, because and he's going to say, okay, that's going to happen tonight.
I don't think he gets 4.5 sacks tonight, but I think he's going to get pressure.
Let me go look. Let me go see what his line is. I saw that too. I was busy out somewhere. Quarter of a sack minus 35. That's all you can get. You can't get a full sack.
Yeah, can't do anything there.
Quarter of a sack to half a sack.
I mean, they kind of just what are the odds you're getting on that?
Minus 137.
I'm not laying minus money on a sack.
It's a half a sack, basically all he's got to get. But I'm not doing it either.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that either. Okay, buddy. Great stuff. Don't forget, NTH Sports Picks is our YouTube site you're going to go to. Me and Zargo did a show on the new site. We're going to be shifting a whole bunch of stuff over there. And then last but not least, NFL 40, the code, 1 free week, 40% off your first payment. Prices are going up at the end of the month. Go to nukethehouse.com/pricing. Use the code NFL40 for that. Tyler, good to see you again, buddy. You're awesome.
Yep. Let's crush this week.
Let's go nuke these bets.